Okay, let me tell you something from the New York Times. I think you're going to love this. Biden has already put together a team to come up with options in case Roe versus Wade is overturned, including declaring a national public health emergency. Now, Stu, gosh, don't you wish there was someone that could have warned the American people that this administration is just going to start issuing national emergencies?
It might be a time to remind people to subscribe to Blaze TV at blazetv.com/Glenn with the promo code Glenn to save $10.
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay, so here's what it is. In case they overturn Roe versus Wade, the intent of the Biden administration is to make sure the FDA approves abortion pills that would override any state bans on abortion. So you could buy the pills, they'll send them to you, and that way you'll be able to roll around in pain on the floor of your bathroom, and it'll be wonderful. See, they care about women. The abortion team is overseen by the White House lawyer Dana Remus. She's the director of the White House Gender Policy Council. Now, can I ask you this? The United States has an entire council on gender in the White House. I mean, that seems like something that, maybe the White House shouldn't be engaged in, with a whole council. Do they have an office? Is there like a wing now, a gender wing?
It really is a disturbing chain of events here. I really thought that this was simple. There really was a time, and it wasn't that long ago, that it was pretty easy to figure out there was a boy, there was a girl, we kind of all understood. There was the men are from Mars and women are from Venus thing. Like, how many planets would you need now to put this together?
Oh, you'd only need one because there's no difference between any of them.
Oh.
And we can't identify anybody. So it's just kind of like the grand central planet, whatever planet that is. And I think we've actually been transported to that planet, Stu, because I don't recognize this as the Earth I grew up on. So Dana Remus is part of it. She's the Gender Policy Council. Also, Jennifer Klein, she's the director of the Domestic Policy Council, led by Susan Rice, which I just love that. Now, one of the plans under consideration is to bring abortion doctors to work on U.S. military bases within states that ban abortion. So not only is your government, remember, we will never pay for abortion. That's crazy. Taxpayer dollars going to. Now our military base will be an abortion center. I got to tell you, at some point, I stopped paying taxes. I don't know what that point is because I really don't want to go to jail. But at some point, you will be morally convicted for this. Wouldn't you? I mean, you want your tax dollars going to pay for a military that is also performing abortions against the law?
Look, I agree with you on it being morally offensive, though I will say if I adopt that standard, I'm going to have to break in to the IRS offices and reclaim a lot of tax dollars that I did not feel morally that were acceptably paid. It's tough. You go down these roads and it's like, I don't stand for a lot of the stuff that my taxes go to. In fact, I don't stand at all even for the tax itself. I consider it to be essentially theft. And the first thing I would like them to do is go and repeal the 16th Amendment to get rid of it forever.
Yeah.
But that being said, I don't know that that's not really.
I think there's a federal case to be made. I mean, I really do. I mean, I'm not one to go, I'm not paying my taxes out of protest, because I know what would happen to me.
Right.
I would be in a very, very dark cell and never heard from again. So, but I also believe that rule of law. But is there not a case to be made that you said, first of all, my tax dollars won't go to pay for abortion. Now you're using the military to break the law that the Supreme Court just said the states have the right. You're using the military to do it? Anyway, they're also looking to providing federal funds to give travel expenses to those who want an abortion. So they don't do it at the military base. They'll just say, you know what? Guess who has a free trip to New York abortion clinics? You do, and you do, and you do. So that's really good. By the way, he talked about this with Jimmy Kimmel. He said, I'm looking at different things that can be used as executive orders. This goes back to the show we just did this last week. FDR is the most executive orders will. I think he's in the end. No, because he had 4 terms. But he's going to be close to FDR on executive orders. He's ruling everything from the executive office. Everything.
Yeah, that was his big goal, right? To try to become the next FDR. And that was his big goal behind the scenes. Yep. His advisors were talking him into it. Be bold, be the next FDR. And, of course, he may get to some of the records that FDR set over 4 terms, but it's going to be things like inflation and debt and utter catastrophe.
Yes. Right. So let me give you this one. The Vice President, Kamala Harris, has announced the launch of a task force to address online harassment and abuse. Harris praised the task force in her remarks as a means for societal progress. We need the Claxton air horn for this one. Whenever you hear societal progress, you should look out. No one should have to endure abuse just because they're attempting to participate in society. Oh my gosh, I don't think I can take that. I don't think I can remain silent on that, because boy, wouldn't I love to show you the abuse I've taken just so I can participate in society. A memo on the task force released by the White House condemned gendered disinformation and proclaimed the administration will be developing programs and policies to address online harassment, abuse, and disinformation campaigns targeting women and LGBTQI+. They are going to stop the harassment, the abuse, and the disinformation on those who are public and political figures, government and civic leaders, activists, and journalists in the United States and globally. I think, now I could be wrong, Stu, but I think that rings the big warning bell on the First Amendment. This is government now curtailing speech.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. And, I understand they have to give Kamala something to do other than just utter nonsensical, gibberish in a speech here and there, because that's been pretty much her role so far. No. I know she was supposed to solve the border. No. She was supposed to solve, I think, Ukraine for a while. Now they've got her on speech. But I don't know. To me, when you start doing stuff like this, you really do walk that line of a First Amendment violation. And I will not be surprised if there's any teeth to it at all, that places like Texas will start suing over it.
I got to tell you, I'm so sick of your misinformation and disinformation on Kamala Harris. Here she is. This is brilliant. This is from the speech where she was talking about the internet. And I think we all can learn from this. Listen.
Well, the internet is an essential part of life in the 21st century. Can't get around it. Can't get around without it.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Such brilliance.
Oh, God. We did.
Spills right out of her.
Yeah, we did.
She can't keep it inside.